Thank you so much, Leanne. There's so much to unpack with all of this, Kim. You know, you have the school, of course, where all of this unfolded. Then parents frustrated, anxious, and also very nervous, trying to figure out where they fall in line with all of this. Then you have the students, of course, who are just, I'm sure, traumatized by all of this, and the law enforcement presence too as well being so heavy, and it's such an emotional day across the board for them too as well.
It certainly is, and they held a news conference this afternoon at 4:30. The Winston-Salem Forsyth County Schools, the police department, as well as the Forsyth County Sheriff's Department, and we're going to get some of those details now from Rachel Ellis. Rachel.
Yeah, good evening. We just learned moments ago that that suspect is now in custody. I'm going to read a tweet that the Forsyth County Sheriff's Office shared just minutes ago. It says the suspect from the shooting at Mount Tabor High School was taken into custody without incident. The investigation is ongoing, and we will release more information as appropriate. Our continued prayers to the family and loved ones, of William Chavis Raynard Miller Jr. Are in their thoughts right now, and we did learn from the Forsyth County Sheriff's Office that more information will be released later on about that suspect. But of course, like you all mentioned earlier, the focal point here, of course, still on the victim and his family tonight as they grieve the loss of their son and just experience the unimaginable this evening. Now, we heard from several members of law enforcement tonight, including Winston-Salem Forsyth County School Superintendent Tricia McManus, about what happened in the school district today. They shared, just kind of coming to understanding about what happened and just feeling those emotions in the room, just describing what happened in that school today, just, again, the unimaginable. We heard from Winston-Salem Police Chief Katrina Thompson about just kind of what she had to say earlier this afternoon, and this is what she said.
One student was located with a gunshot wound. Medical responders began life-saving measures, and the injured student was transported to Wake Forest University Baptist Medical Center, where he succumbed to his injuries.
That moment when we learned that the victim had died, again, just tears across the room. You could hear the emotion coming out of Thompson this afternoon. Now, Sheriff Kimbrough also sharing that emotional message similar to Thompson this evening. Like I mentioned, like pointing out in that tweet earlier, the focus really is on this family and this ongoing investigation. Of course, now that we know that suspect is in custody, there is still a lot more to be done here. How exactly did something like this happen inside a school building? It's something that these law enforcement officials want to continue to press on in this investigation. I did ask if there were going to be any continued security measures into the next few days, of course, as this community grapples with what happened today. And I was told that there were going to be increased patrols, increased security over the next few days. Unsure what that timeline looks like or what specifically that looks like, but we were told that is the case. We were also told there will be a crisis team sent out into the school district later this week. Of course, this is an emotional time for everyone in this community, especially for those who are at Mount Tabor High School today. It's something that a lot of us are still trying to understand here. But of course, the last thing I want to say is that law enforcement inside that room emphasized over and over again, if you know anything at home about what happened, what led to this shooting, any videos, any photos, any phone calls, anything like that, it would be something that is pertinent to this investigation. So they're asking you to please come forward. But for now, we're live in downtown Winston-Salem. Rachel Ellis, WXII 12 News.
Yeah, and I'm sure that the officers are getting a lot of information about the suspect, and they did say that we would learn more about him later tonight. First, though, we also want to hear from Mayor Alan Joines. He was also at that press conference today.
Certainly this is a sad day for the Winston-Salem Forsyth County Schools, but moreover, it's a sad day for the city of Winston-Salem and the county of Forsyth as we experienced something we see on TV across the country, but we have been so fortunate here we have not had to experience that. But today we're facing it head on with the death of a student from Mount Tabor High School.
Giving an update from the Forsyth County Sheriff's Office with that press conference. We do know, we want to update you all that a suspect has been in custody. We've been on the air since 12 noon talking about this, and now nearly 6 hours later, a little bit more than that at this point, we do know a suspect was taken into custody. I'll read this directly from the Forsyth County Sheriff's Office. That says the suspect from the shooting at Mount Tabor High School was taken into custody without incident. The investigation is ongoing, and we will release more information as appropriate. Our continued prayers for the family and loved ones of William Chavis Reynard Miller Jr. We also do want to mention that we know that the suspect is also a student from Mount Tabor High School. Earlier today, we were still working to get those answers, so unfortunately the victim also from Mount Tabor High School, and we now know that the suspect is also a student from Mount Tabor High School as well.
And obviously at this point we have no idea what the motive was for this shooting. We will likely find out more information about that in the day ahead. And a lot of people are also asking about school at Mount Tabor tomorrow. We have to tell you that we have not gotten any information about that yet. But remember, this is still an active crime scene, and the officers are there. They are doing their investigation. So it's possible there may not be school, but we have no idea at this point. We will certainly let you know that information as soon as it comes into our newsroom.
And so we talked to some parents earlier today as they were waiting outside of the YMCA. You're looking at some video of that right here. Let's listen in as we hear some reaction from parents and what they went through just to be reunited with their children.
I got a call, well actually I got a text message from my daughter. She was like, oh my gosh, they're shooting, come get me, please come get me. And then so I finally look at the text message, I'm like, what's going on? And I get ready to text her back, and she calls and she's frantic. She's like, Mom, she said, come get me. And then all of a sudden I hear screaming, I hear pushing, I hear, no, wait, no, all just, it was chaotic. I don't know, I was at my office. I stopped what I was doing, I grabbed my daughter, I jumped in the car, I called my husband. I just was frantic. He told me just kind of calm down. So I kind of got here probably within 10 minutes. She still was, I guess, in the school getting shuffled around. She was literally by the initial altercation. She was in the cafeteria. From my understanding, they were right outside or right inside the cafeteria. One of the boys ran past them. So I'm just thankful that she is here and not one that got hit, because it very well could have been her.
All right, hearing from parents about what it was like hearing from their children in the scene of that shooting today. We want to tell you also that the sanctuary at Centenary United Methodist Church in Winston-Salem will be open for about 40 more minutes until 7 o'clock tonight. This is for prayer about what happened today. The church's address is at 646 West 5th Street in Winston-Salem. And in Clemens, the Youth Fellowship Group at Friends Baptist Church is hosting counselors for anyone who needs to talk to someone, and those counselors will be available until 9 o'clock tonight.
In addition to that, Union Baptist Church in Winston-Salem, they are also holding a prayer and action prayer gathering for Mount Tabor and all schools. That is happening tonight. If you can't make to those earlier, that is starting in about the next 30 minutes at 7 o'clock. They are also going to be putting together a Zoom call. I'm sure they have more information on that on their website. You can dial in. If you can jot down the number real quick, if you can't make it out, that's 301-715-8592. It's a prayer encouraging words from Bishop Mack, as well as a youth minister. Youth Minister Francis will also be speaking, and that's a critical component too, Kim.
Oh, absolutely.
Is how do we now reach children who have already gone through so much, and how do they cope? How do they deal with this trauma, and how do they also open up from it? Because that's a big, it's going to be so many major talking points tonight with children, and then even the fact of how do they then go back to school, you know, through all of this. They've been through so much. Yeah,
that's the hard part, and only 8 days into school. And for many of these kids, the first day, it's just the first or second week of high school for them.
Right.
We want to get right out to Kenny Beck, though. He has some new information about the suspect who was taken into custody just a short while ago. Kenny.
Kimberly, Talitha, good evening. A law enforcement source tells me that this suspect is a juvenile under age 18, and as a result, that person's identity will not be released publicly. I am told this suspect was either a freshman or sophomore at Mount Tabor High School, an underclassman. I'm also told that the suspect was arrested outside of the city of Winston-Salem. More details expected to emerge as the evening goes on. As for what's happening right here, we are about a mile away. The rain continues to come down here just about outside of the Mount Tabor area over the last little bit. Chris, see if you can pan over and show some of the headlights here. This parking lot has picked up. It's been more active here in the last 10 or 15 minutes or so than it has been in the previous 2 hours. A number of parents have come through, and I asked law enforcement member from Winston-Salem's PD who was out here. I said, anything folks need to know? This continues to be a place that Mount Tabor families, parents, guardians can come to get information about where they can reunite with their son or daughter. I have a source at Tabor who told me a little bit ago staff is still there and a number of students are still there, and it is unclear how long it is going to take for that process to begin. The good news, again, we can report suspect is in custody. And Chris, pan up at that. What an unbelievable image here at the end of a traumatic day. A rainbow less than a mile from Mount Tabor High School, here outside of Whitaker Square. Suspect is in custody. Parents being united with their families, with their students, with their loved ones as we speak. It has been just a dreadful day out here, but many of the questions that we had as recently as half an hour, 45 minutes ago are beginning to come into focus. Again, a law enforcement source telling WXII the suspect is a juvenile under age 18. This person's identity will not be released publicly. This person was an underclassman, sophomore or a freshman at Mount Tabor High School, and this person was arrested outside of the city of Winston-Salem. Parents continue to come in here. This is the most active I have seen this parking lot in about a couple of hours, as more and more parents, perhaps some who were unable to leave work earlier in the day. It is now well past 6 o'clock. They are beginning to start the process of reuniting with their children. This is a process that could still take many, many more hours. We're live in Winston-Salem tonight. Kenny Beck, WXII 12 News. We'll send it back inside to you.
All right, thank you, Kenny. I'm sure for a lot of parents, a relief that a suspect has been taken into custody, and also, you know, a really rough night for them as a family, just going through what happened today. And still, some of these kids aren't even home yet or have been reunited with their families. Yeah, but it is happening. Exactly right. A tough time for the students, the teachers, the staff, the community at large, you know, impacted by all of this. Right, and the law enforcement officers too. You know, we saw a lot of emotion today from Sheriff Bobby Kimbrough. Listen to this.
I don't know the grief of losing a child. I don't even know how to fathom that. I just don't. I can tell you what I saw. I can tell you what I felt. What she said to me was, Kimbrough, my baby. And I told her I was going to do everything that I could to find out and bring whoever was responsible for this.
You know, when you see a man like Sheriff Bobby Kimbrough, he is a big, tough guy, and seeing someone like him break down, it tells you the gravity of the situation that they're dealing with and that they have, you know, have dealt with on a daily basis. And he knows personally the experience of grief within his own family, and he has said, I haven't cried the way I cried today in a very long time, and he has not been able to stop crying since leaving the hospital, Atrium Health, Wake Forest Baptist Medical Center. So a lot of emotion across the board, a lot of trauma, really